it was surprising, but after the first quarter, it seemed clear to me that, everybody has been wrong about Colorado all offseason. Every coach I've talked to, nobody really wants to come out and say a ton publicly, except for, Venables and Narduzzi. Every coach I've talked to, kind of a roll the eyes. This is a clown show. This is not college football. This can't work. This is the biggest serving of crow in college football since what? Vince Young?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. Like, listen, I'll be the first to admit that earlier this week when we were on the show doing the picks and you were kind of going off a little bit on Colorado, I was like, I don't see it. And I watched the game with Chris Fedini at my house on Saturday, and I spent the first quarter wondering when TCU was going to wake up because I thought they weren't playing very well. Then I spent the second quarter wondering when Colorado's lines were going to get too tired to compete. Then I spent the entire second half wondering, holy crap, is Colorado actually going to win this football game? And
when they went up double digits, I thought they were going to win.
Yeah. And like, it's funny to me. I made the comment during the game. I want to make it on this podcast. I thought that TCU played this game kind of the same way that Michigan played in the college football playoff against TCU last year, where it was like they were clearly, or it seemed like, the better football team. They kept turning the ball over inside the 15-yard line. They missed a field goal. They had weird, dumb penalties, and it just didn't seem like they were locked in. And if you would have had Colorado as the more physical, more disciplined, and more prepared team in this game on my bingo card, I would have lost. I lost my dignity on this game. I lost financial assets on this game. And I am kind of at the point right now where I'm just kind of like, this is actually working, And I never was a doubter that Deion Sanders could work or would work because of the larger than life personality that he is, the ability to recruit the way that he would, the transfer portal, all that stuff. Like, in the long run, I knew that it would be better than it was. But the fact that, like, this is like probably an 8-win team, if they can stay healthy and their line can hold up, maybe even a better than that in the Pac-12, I don't know. Like, I did not see this coming. And the good news is here that we knew Travis Hunter was one of the 5 best players in college football before this year started. If you pay attention to college football recruiting, if you pay attention to, just kind of his career arc, you should have seen tonight coming. He played 129 snaps, though. This man's got to be the most in-shape human being I ever have seen at this level. Like, I don't even know who the last true two-way player has been who made it through a season like this besides Chris Gamble in 2002. Maybe I'm forgetting somebody. But he had 11 catches, 119 yards, probably 2 touchdowns that he could have had in the first half if it wasn't for a drop and a penalty. And then, of course, Deion Sanders comes out and is the first player in Colorado history to throw for 500 yards, 510 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 80% completion percentage. And I'm just running through the stats here, Dave, because I'm going to let you cook. But when he was playing, it never really felt like Shedeur was having like the greatest game in the world. I thought he did a good job just kind of taking what was there. And then all of a sudden you look up and the guy has 400 yards, 500 yards, of total offense. And it's like, this game is really, really good. And the thing I think that people underlook the most, Dave, is that Colorado isn't just a clown show led by a loud person who likes to talk shit in press conferences. They hired a really good staff. And one last thing too. Dylan Edwards, you've been telling people he was going to be really, really good.
I've been trying. I've been told people he's the 3rd best player on the team for like a month.
But instant impact player from a guy of his size and his ranking to come over and score as many touchdowns as he did. Like, I feel like at the very least, no matter what happens with Colorado for the rest of the year, they are appointment television.
Well, so I was discussing this with some people in the press box. And we can tackle this question in a minute, but it's a fair question, I think. Will Colorado 2023 be the most entertaining team in the history of college football? Because, for one, you have the experiment, the whole, Frankenstein's monster of putting all these pieces together. You have Deion, who, again, every time he steps in front of the microphone, he did it again today, you just don't really know what he's going to do. We went after Ed Werder today. He's the keeping receipts and firing off, plenty of takes. My guys should be in the Heisman, the front runners for the Heisman. Mind you, it's September 2nd. I've never heard a coach say anything about the Heisman. Certainly not week one, but like Deion's like, I'm going to promote my guys. I'm going to promote my guys. And then, of course, they're playing entertaining football. So, like, I think at the end of the day, Deion, Colorado, the team, they seem like college football is many things. But if we've learned nothing over the summer, it's that college football is, above all else, a very entertaining, very valuable television show. And Colorado seems like the one program in college football who seems to understand that.